Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our family meeting. This is our recovery support meeting, and we're so grateful to have you to be a part of what we are doing here at Capital Recovery Center. My name is Craig, and yes, I want to let you know what we are doing here tonight. We're talking about characteristic of a role model within the household of a family, and so this is a good topic to discuss. And this article is brought to us by FamilyFocusBlog.com. You can go online and retrieve this article, and we're talking about family focus. This article is brought to us by FamilyFocusBlog.com. All right, and so let me just go into the introduction. It says, while people have the capability to become a rock of stability and achieve feats of human excellence, they also can fall victim of reckless mistakes and poor decisions. Good role models are like beacons of light that show you the way through their own examples. Here are 10 characteristics of a role model that makes them natural leaders and serve to remind you of what is truly important. All right. So we're talking about this is a family aspect, whereas we can shape and mold lives by being a good role model. Right. So without further ado, let me put that across. 10 characteristics of a role model family support group. All right. And the first topic we want to talk about what makes a good role model. Having a role model to emulate often helps kids, even adults, to achieve the results they desire and stay on a productive path. Role model qualities are worth striving to cultivate because they possess the ability to act as guardrails that protect the success and integrity of one's life. Role model characteristics are important to exhibit to our children and help them develop as well. We can all serve as role models in various ways to our peers, but as parents, it is our duty. We must exhibit the behavior we deserve in our children in order to be an effective role model. All right. It says developmental psychologists emphasize that it is parents who constitute the most important role models in that their influence is crucial to the offspring's personality development. Right? So we're talking about what makes a good role model. And as it relates to the family, as children, as parents. So we have to keep that in mind. A lot of times children emulate what they see. And so for those who are in recovery and who are on the track of a healthy lifestyle, just remember you can turn that situation around and become a positive role model. You can be very effective in the community by the things that we do, say, and how we behave. All right. And so let's go on to the next aspect, and that is good role models share these characteristics. What are the characteristics of a good role model? Here are 10 qualities shared by a good role model. The first one we want to talk about is willpower. Willpower is the ability to act through adversity for the sake of a greater purpose. Ideal role models will often have overcome poor circumstances. All right, they will gracefully deal with problematic situations in creative, intelligent ways to achieve their goals or overcome adversity. The ability to pull passion to succeed within themselves is one of the admirable qualities of a role model. As a parent, demonstrating Willpower in the small things like having dinner before dessert is a good daily habit. Learn to have and exhibit willpower in the same situation help us to develop it and display it when it comes to bigger situations where our choices need to reflect our own values. In other words, doing the right thing becomes a habit, which makes it easier even to avoid inappropriate behaviors in more challenging spots. So we're talking about 10 characteristics or 10 qualities, all right, good role models that we want to talk about. And the first one is willpower. The next one we're going to talk about is confidence. Confidence is a role model quality of belief that pushes a simple yes from the mind out into the world. One of the best ways to build confidence is exhibit a positive attitude and to teach through encouragement. Setting high expectations and show disappointments in a child's failure to reach them is only setting them up for failure. Okay, we're talking about this is a family support book, talking about 10 qualities, characteristics of a good role model. And the first one we went over was willpower. This one we're talking about confidence. And the article goes on to say, encourage your child, reward their hard work towards their goals with kind words and praise their efforts. These things build confidence. Kids need a confident role model that teaches them to be confident too, even if they aren't certain of how to do something. A successful people would be confident that it can both be done if they put research and effort into it. All right, these are some good coping skills. These are some good characteristics. These are some good qualities. These are some good tools to utilize when we're dealing with the family dynamic. All right, especially those who are coming out of some type of adversity and back on the right road to stability. The next one we want to talk about is dynamic. The article says flexibility is not just a physical quality, it is also one of the important characteristics of a role model. A person that is willing to vary their strategy and mold themselves into whatever is best for what they wish to achieve is acting with a dynamic mentality. Okay? It says, imagine a car that also turns into a submarine, plane and spaceship, ship. There are some situations where it might be best for it to fly, but others will demand it becomes a submarine. In life, trying only one approach in every situation is an easy way to fail. A great role model will know when to become relaxed, mindful, focused, dedicated, irreverent, humorous, intense, and any other state of being that helps them to better manifest their intentions. So we're talking about dynamic, being flexible. All right. And so the next quality of a good role model or characteristic, and that is to be respectful. Another of the important role model characteristics is respect. In other words, the art of understanding, accepting, considering, and honoring one's surroundings. An ideal role model respects themselves and all others. If they were to be challenged by anything from an angry driver to bullying at school, they will respond with understanding, empathy, and proper consideration of the results of their actions. Compassion and concerns for others means that the role model would respect the needs of those that rely on him. Now, one of the reasons we're talking about role models, because a lot of times the first lesson that a child or a young person may experience uh, any type of instruction of characteristics, of good characteristics, that is, we learn from the home, the household. And so we went over willpower that one must have as a good role model, confidence that one must have, dynamic, and now we just went over respectful, being respectful. Okay, so that these are some good qualities that we can share in the household and the family dynamics to bring about the proper response of behavior. Right, committed. That's the next one. Effective role models persist in spite of setbacks and failures. Okay, the goal is more important to them than giving up is. Once they have committed to a decision, it is most often as good as done. Commitment is one of the characteristics of a role model that makes them a good example. It means they are reliable and worth looking up to. Role models possess a committed nature that is loyal and determined. At times, there will be certain circumstances where commitment may no longer serve them. This is where being dynamic becomes even more important. However, the majority of time, a role model will consider carefully before they commit. Once committed, especially when others are relying on them, they will come through. All right, keeping our word, keeping our commitments. These are things that build and mold and make a tight relationship within the household and the family unit, and also carry out in school, in the professional world, sports, and so these things brings about being responsible in our lives, even from a young age until adult age. The next one we want to talk about service oriented. It's important to teach your team members that giving back to others in their community and beyond is necessary to be successful. The best role models volunteer their time and effort to be a contributing member of their community. Being of service in your community builds unity, teamwork, skills, and creates a generous heart. Teach your kids the importance of serving by regularly volunteering your time for causes and charities that matter to your family. Bring your children along so they can participate in services of their community as well. They will undoubtedly learn many good things from their experience. That is so important. You know, a lot of times here at Capital Recovery Center, when we have events, some of the staff, if they have little children, they will bring them along, all right? And they would pitch in. Their children will pitch in along with their parent, and they, give them a sense of exposure and to be a team. As the article says, community builds unity, teamwork skills, and create a generous heart. All right, and so these young people, they are getting exposure what it means to have compassion and empathy and care and being caring and supportive within their community. All right. And so the next one we're going to talk about that is self-improvement. The only way to grow and become a better person is to continually work on improving ourselves and our minds through education and conversation. Don't be afraid to try new experiences, the article says. Participate in conversations and read books. All right? Read books, article says. Here's a book that I'm working on reading. All right? That open your mind to new ideas. This teaches your child to never stop growing as well. Making a habit of self-improvement allows us to grow and learn new things that can provide us a better life. A positive role model recognizes the importance of self improvement and makes the growth mindset a way of life. They are constantly increasing their high standards as come close to meeting them. They are always striving to improve. All right. And so the next one we want to talk about is a healthy lifestyle and what that looked like to us as a family unit. The article says a proper diet and plenty of exercise not only help us live longer, it improves our brain function. It gives us energy, allows us to experience more of life. Our children follow our example. So, so living a healthy lifestyle is an important characteristic of a good role model. Childhood obesity is on the rise and it leads to depression and disease in adulthood. Teaching your child healthy habits now will create good habits for the rest of their life. These habits will help them live a more fulfilling life. Be a role model for a family member by making healthy food choices and getting daily exercise. Include your child in these habits and teach them about making healthy choices. All right? And so let's move on to another quality or characteristic of a good role model, and that is honesty. Honesty is so important. Honesty is an important family value to pass on. Sometimes being honest with your kid is one of the hardest things to do, especially when it comes to past mistakes and missteps. It shows your kids that you're human too and you can make mistakes, but you'll work to do better. Honesty is one of the most important character traits a role model can have, demonstrating it is a good way to gain trust. Being honest can be difficult, and it will come with challenges for young people too. However, showing a more vulnerable side of yourself and being honest, even when it's hard, is the best way to teach your kids to do the same. Honesty is in a role model extends beyond just the words you speak. It also includes making your life an open book. Your kids should feel comfortable asking you anything and understanding who you are. Take your kids to work with you so they can see what you do every day, why it's important. Talk to them. Talk to them about how you create your family budget and what your financial priorities are and why. Keeping secrets about things that can help your child learn to be a better person won't benefit either of you. All right. And so, and the last quality that we want to talk about, and that is accountability. And finally, the buck has to stop somewhere, and that is with the person in charge. A good role model takes accountability for their action and for the outcome of their plans. We are not always perfect, and things don't always work out as we thought they would. So we have to own our mistakes and areas for opportunities so we can do better next time. We have to recognize what went wrong and be sure that those same errors don't happen again. Public figures need effective communication skills so they can demonstrate their accountability and learn from past experiences. All right? Accountability asks questions, reminds us of our values, calls us up, cheers on our dreams, and yet challenges and comfort us when needed. Accountability keep us on track, all right, or guide us toward mid-course adjustments. Accountability brings perspective. That is why it is such an important quality in a good role model. And last and finally, we want to talk about, and that is why the qualities of a role model makes them good leaders. So there you have 10 characteristics of a role model that can serve as groups of action. They are a great place to start on your quest for self improvement. As a parent or community leader, We are role modeling all of the time, whether we intend to be or not. So it is important to try to exhibit good role model qualities. Don't let that contribute to parenting stress. Rather, remember to always do your best and be satisfied with that. Remember that you are leading your children through your words and actions. True role models walk the talk even in difficult situations. They are the kind of people who know how to motivate others and make them want to be their best. Other qualities of a role model include good character, positive behavior, and strong teaching skills. Which of these positive role model characteristics is most important to you? That's the question the article posed. Here are my favorite quotes about positive role model. Here are a few favorite quotes about a good role model. I hope they inspire you to be the best version of yourself. All right, and so that's going to do it for this week of our family meeting. And so join us next time for our family support group. We always like to share some positive, good information of how we can be united as a family, work on teamwork skills, how we become better in community building and different aspects of our lives as it comes uh, uh, as it deals with becoming healthy and staying healthy. A lot of times we may have made some mistake. The article made mention about being honest with your children. Let them know that you are human and it's okay to make mistakes, but just don't continue along that path of making more mistakes. And so that's why it's so important that we share these type of information, especially when it comes to building the family unit and structuring and molding it into good role models. Okay. Until the next time, stay safe. I hope you enjoy this week's family meeting. I hope you go online and retrieve this information. This information, once again, is brought to us by familyfocusblog.com. Until the next time, I'll see you. Take care.